by the development of autoantibodies.
Right.
Now, how does one develop autoantibodies? I'm sure lots of patients out there, even yourself, would note that when one is exposed to sunlight, that sometimes triggers the disease. So what happens is that in you and me who are normal, when we are exposed to sunlight, the cells in our skin die, and those are absorbed into our system.
Right.
And they are immediately cleared off in our system. Remember that the development of antibodies is dependent on the body identifying abnormal proteins. It's slightly technical, but I'll try and make it as simple as possible.
Right.
So antibodies the body develops to kill off bacteria, to kill off viruses, which are sometimes attacking the body. So the body senses these bacteria and senses these viruses and makes antibodies towards these viruses so that it has no adverse effect on us. And bacteria and viruses are protein in nature. So what happens in you and me, once our cells die, it is absorbed and it is immediately taken away from the circulation, in simple terms.
Right.
So what happens in patients who have a predisposition to the development of lupus? Their cells die due to exposure to sunlight, but their cells, the dead cells, hang around or circulate for a longer time in the blood system. And our body then identifies those dead cells as abnormal proteins, although it belongs to yourself. And we have this capability of identifying self. These patients, their cells hang, because they hang around in the circulation for a longer time, the body then identifies these as abnormal proteins or proteins trying to attack the body. And they develop antibodies against what we call self.
Is that why it's called an autoimmune disease?
Autoimmune disease. So auto is developing antibodies against yourself. So in very simple terms, so if you look at you and me, the cells that are dead are immediately excreted from the body. And the patients who have lupus, those cells hang around for a longer time. So in simple terms, lupus is a disease of defective waste disposal.
So when